The history of Palestine, a land that shaped the world. Imagine a land so small that you could drive across it in just a few hours, yet so important that kings, emperors, prophets, and conquerors have fought over it for more than 5,000 years. A land where some of humanity's oldest civilizations flourished, where three of the world's major religions trace sacred histories, and where every stone seems to carry the memory of another empire. This is Palestine. To millions of Palestinians, it is their ancestral homeland. To Israelis, it is part of the historic land of Israel, central to Jewish history and identity. To billions of Christians, Jews, and Muslims across the world, it is sacred ground. Few places on earth have inspired as much devotion, conflict, hope, and heartbreak. But to understand why this land remains one of the most contested places in the world today, we must travel back thousands of years, long before modern borders, long before nation-states, and long before the words Israel and Palestine became symbols of an enduring conflict. Our story begins in the Eastern Mediterranean, in a region historians often call the Levant. Bordered by the Mediterranean Sea to the west and connected to the great civilizations of Egypt and Mesopotamia, this narrow strip of land became a natural bridge linking Africa, Asia, and Europe. Trade caravans crossed its deserts, merchant ships anchored along its coastline, armies marching between continents almost always passed through it. Its geography made it valuable. Its location made it powerful. Archaeological discoveries show that people have lived in this region for tens of thousands of years. By around 3,500 BCE, fortified towns and thriving settlements had emerged across the land. Among the earliest known inhabitants were the Canaanites, a collection of Semitic-speaking peoples who established prosperous city-states such as Jericho, Megiddo, Hazor, and Jerusalem. The Canaanites were skilled traders, farmers, builders, and craftsmen. They cultivated olives, grapes, wheat, and barley, and maintained commercial ties with powerful kingdoms in Egypt, Syria, Anatolia, and Mesopotamia. Their culture influenced much of the ancient Near East, and many of the cities they built continued to exist for thousands of years. At the same time, Egypt's pharaohs increasingly viewed Canaan as strategically indispensable. Egyptian inscriptions and the 14th century BCE Amarna Letters revealed that Egyptian rulers exercised varying degrees of influence over the region, often through local governors who pledged loyalty to the pharaoh while managing their own city-states. The political landscape was fragmented. Instead of a single kingdom, Canaan consisted of many independent cities, each ruled by its own king. This made the region prosperous but also vulnerable. Powerful neighbors could exploit rivalries between cities, making conquest easier. Around the late 2nd millennium BCE, new groups emerged within the highlands of Canaan. Among them were the ancient Israelites. Exactly how the Israelites emerged remains a subject of scholarly debate. Some historians argue that they developed gradually from within Canaanite society, while others suggest that migration and conquest also played roles. What is widely accepted is that by the Iron Age, Israelite communities had become established across parts of the Central Hill Country. According to the Hebrew Bible, these communities eventually united under kings, Saul, David, and Solomon. King David is traditionally credited with making Jerusalem his capital around the 10th century BCE, while Solomon is remembered for constructing the first temple, which became the religious center of ancient Judaism. Following Solomon's reign, the United Monarchy is traditionally said to have divided into two kingdoms, the Kingdom of Israel in the north and the Kingdom of Judah in the south. These kingdoms existed alongside neighboring peoples, traded with surrounding states, and at times fought devastating wars. Their independence would not last. By the 8th century BCE, the Assyrian Empire had become the dominant military power in the Near East. In 722 BCE, Assyrian forces conquered the northern kingdom of Israel. Many inhabitants were deported to other parts of the empire, a common Assyrian strategy intended to weaken resistance by relocating populations. More than a century later, another great empire rose to prominence, the Neo-Babylonian Empire under King Nebuchadnezzar II. In 586 BCE, Babylonian armies captured Jerusalem after a prolonged siege. The first temple was destroyed, the city was devastated, and many leading inhabitants of the Kingdom of Judah were taken into exile in Babylon. This story continues in the next chapter of our journey. If you enjoyed this video and want more in-depth stories about history, geopolitics, and international relations, don't forget to like this video, share it with others who love history, and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us continue bringing carefully researched stories from around the world. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.